Court. And
I was just reading it off the paper.
you bet, thank you. Anybody else, or is that?
I move that you approve of the agenda
With,
as amended.
as amended.
Second.
Been moved by Councilman Ordean to approve the agenda as amended, second by Councilman Stetler. Any further discussion? None being, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Approve the same, motion passed all in the affirmative. Uh, Public Works. I miss anything? Oh, approve the consent agenda. I jumped ahead. Got to approve the consent agenda. Have approval, and we have no communications from citizens, correct? Okay, approval of the consent agenda. Approval of the minutes, December 9, 2025. Motion to approve.
Move we approve the minutes from December 9, 2025.
Been moved by Councilman Stetler. We approve minutes. Can I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Ordean. Discussion? None being, all in favor, say aye. Aye, opposed the same. Motion passed all in the affirmative. Approval of the bill, December 10th, 2025 to January 13th, 2026.
I have a question on those.
Please,
I have a mileage reimbursement for you that was not approved.
that's what we're doing right now. Don't approve it.
Don't we have to approve it ahead of time and it's paid next time?
We can approve it with any other, with any of the other bills. If you want to bring it out as you just had, we can have that discussion and approve it or don't approve it.
Well, I just thought we had it set up where everything had to be.
That's what we're doing right now. We're approving or not approving.
I didn't,
It's right here.
I don't have this up. I'm going off of our packet, so
It's the last entry. It's mileage on 19. So it hasn't even went through to be approved yet.
That's what we're doing right now. We're approving,
We wrote.
we're approving or not approving right now.
Right here, I just got it now with the check.
all I'm saying is I didn't see it be emailed.
It wasn't emailed.
But it's either gonna be approved or not approved right now.
Joe, I thought we had to follow the steps.
We are following steps. We're
No, we're
approving or
not.
not. Why, very
We're
different.
not approving it.
What we were doing was looking at the travel voucher
Yeah,
and then approving it. I don't have a travel voucher. I don't have a copy of it.
Right.
It was an email. I haven't seen it.
No travel voucher should have been just like we did in the past.
So since we changed the policy though,
The travel, this should be presented with the other bills with the travel voucher.
it wasn't
We gotta,
presented.
we can approve or don't approve.
I'm not arguing that. What I'm saying is that what we've been doing after the policy change was sharing the travel vouchers, then approve or don't approve, rather than just,
Well,
Not-
what I'm saying, we should be approving with the travel voucher with the check as we're doing the other bills. Just like the other, you go
Right,
through,
but-
if you're looking at the credit
So
card
we
bill,
already-
you go down the
You're
line.
gonna have all these voided.
so this is I don't have a tablet today,
Here.
but if the travel voucher ain't in the email, if the travel voucher wasn't sent out. The travel voucher wasn't shared, which we started
It should
doing.
have been.
That's exactly what Councilman Hardiky's trying to say. Is that
But we don't have a
Wouldn't have
travel
been
voucher
shared.
anywhere near.
Had it been on the agenda, the way we've been doing it, to the way that it was changed now.
So why
That's
wasn't it
why
on
you're
the
not seeing
agenda?
it.
Pardon?
Why wasn't it on the agenda?
It don't need to be on the agenda. It needs to be no more than our credit card. You go through the credit cards and go through every one of them and you pick them.
It's not the way we set it up.
There's nothing any different than this than a check, any other bill.
Except for did a special policy about travel reimbursement, which included.
And
sharing the
why
voucher
can't we
for-
do that at the same time we're doing this right here?
Cause we didn't see it.
I didn't get the voucher. You're asking me,
Well, from now on, I'll guarantee the voucher will be there with this packet.
that's what we've been doing.
Yeah, it would have been, but it has to go to the check.
They,
It's not a separate agenda item to be approved. The way it was set up by council.
this check is no different than any other check that we write.
It is,
No, it's not.
it has to be pre-approved.
We can,
All the
we can,
other checks
we
we
can put this
are
check at
bills,
the same
normal
time we do
bills.
the others, and
There's a huge.
I'm not gonna
What do you
wait.
think about this, Marshall?
I think you need to, well, the council voted and put in place a policy, and that's the policy, so. Currently, the way it should go is if, you do not want to approve this, you motion to have it voted on separately. And you can decide to approve it, approve the other bills and then approve that one
Sure,
the way you want.
Okay,
that's exactly what we're doing right now.
so we can,
That's not what the policy says. That's not how the policy was changed.
I'm not disagreeing. What I'm saying is currently you are in a. If you wanna move that bill out for the money to reimburse the mayor. Make a motion to approve the rest of the bills minus that one, and then discuss what to do with that, whether you wanna not pay it. Table it until the next meeting. You can do in whatever you want to. You can approve the other ones without that one first.
I'll make a motion to approve all the bills, but the one for Joel Highsmith. On check number 24190. For $34.08.
It's gonna move, can I have a second?
I'll second.
Yeah, I think we ought to approve them. Been moved second, any further discussion? None being, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Those opposed? And pan up.
What can you vote on it?
What?
To do with
You
you?
just,
I voted on every other one, I didn't vote
Oh,
on
I
mine.
didn't know if you could vote on that one, that's what I was asking.
you just made a motion to approve everyone,
But yes.
But yes,
Okay,
Now,
that's
can I have
what
a, can I have a motion to approve the one bill that was kicked out?
No,
Can I have a motion to
I make a
approve it?
motion to table it until next.
I ask for a motion to approve.
move we approve the travel voucher.
Can I have a second?
As far as the travel voucher goes, I'll second that as well.
Okay, any, been moved by Councilman Stettler, second by Councilman Modine, any other discussion?
I'd like, it'd be a lot simpler for the future ones if we went back to what we changed when we did the policy change. These are the travel vouchers. We were doing it and it was seamless.
Well, it takes a month for me to get paid that way. That is,
Because that we didn't have a meeting in December.
but it took over. There's no difference with this bill than there are checks we write. We write checks. We write checks before, that are not going out, or not, that are not approved. We write checks so we
Those
can,
are monthly bills though.
So when we-
There's a huge difference.
credit card, everything, those are paid. We write the check before it's approved. Once it's approved, we don't send nothing out. And we sign them here at the end after doing. Why this check would be treated any different than the others.
I think if you treat it differently, Joel, because we talked about a policy and approving the travel before it happened, which is the travel voucher. So that's
Well, then this
that's where I'm kind of stuck on.
Well, the travel's already happened.
I know, well, the idea was to approve that before we got there. Yeah, I mean, that was the idea, so the council would know what was happening. And coming together at the same time, frankly, it doesn't seem to be the
Well,
right
and
thing to
then
do.
we had the implementation on after the fact to present the voucher and approve it or not. Unless I'm confused about the policy.
what I can't,
And it was for transparency, so there's not fighting about the travel.
well, I do not see why we approve or not approve the voucher in the same manner as we do everything else. We're approve it, if we approve or not approve the travel, if what I've done does not, if my mileage or whatever expenses are not, does not follow this, what we should be doing, then it could be denied then. I agree the voucher should be accompanying the bills that you review, so you got a chance to review it. But why does it wait clear to another billing cycle? None of the other bills we pay do.
I don't know why that would need to wait till another billing cycle.
That's what has happened. So why does it wait to another billing cycle?
Because we
And the last
set
time
up
it took
some
to-
rules and you don't think you have to follow them.
No, we can accomplish this all in one meeting, just like we do every other bill. And I don't know why we can't, if.
Why not put the vouchers in the bills, do the vouchers before the bills? In the agenda,
That worked for me.
and then it's all in the same meeting and approved, but I think the thing about it is, it's so great with the presenting the voucher. That this is why it's transparency, so everybody knows where the money's going and why,
Well, sure.
and then nobody's,
That's
there's.
fine.
So if we did the vouchers before the bills on the agenda, and if you replay this meeting, I'll say that we approved the voucher and the bill. That was my motion
Mhm.
that we're on right now, the voucher and the bill. But the way
Sure.
we had it set up, the voucher's gotta be approved second, so let's just do the voucher first, and if it passes, it's already in the bills. We approve the bills. What about that? It'd be seamless.
That'd be
in that
fine.
manner.
That'd
But
be
we
fine
have to
with me.
do it the way we set it up.
And then there's
Joe.
there's no transparency issues.
Actually, you're gonna have to, you pulled it out, you're gonna have to prove it separate.
I did, we're right now, we're in discussion on, I made a motion to approve the voucher and the bill.
Right.
Okay.
In meaning the bill on the voucher.
So
Is it, and unless that's not good enough.
No, I misunderstood what you're saying.
I mean,
no,
Yeah, no, I understand.
after the bills, I made a motion to approve that voucher and the bill.
I'm not trying to hide any transparency. I'm all.
I know you're not, but,
I like your idea of going through the vouchers first and making it a separate.
and already having them in the bills, that's
And-
fine.
And yes, I mean, I think that's fine. And then we can have the discussion about the voucher as to whether it should be approved or not. And I like that idea.
Transparency for everybody is still there. And then
Sure,
you don't have
that's
to
good.
wait till next billing cycle.
So we find it in the bills, because it wasn't on the agenda.
Well, if we put it in the bills and
Yeah.
vouchers, but do the vouchers first. And then if they aren't approved, then we'd have to remove it from the bill.
Yeah, and what we're really talking about is really the next time. Because, this is how it's been, I mean, what we
Next
have,
meeting.
next meeting, right?
Sure.
Yeah. So, I'm fine with that, but I like your idea of seeing the vouchers first. So with the agenda, we have
Sure.
vouchers for the agenda item.
But
We'd
but
have
if
a
it's
voucher
in the
agenda
bill
item.
as well.
I wanted to have this conversation. Yes, I did. That's exactly why we did this. It's what we were doing.
That the transparency is my issue, and that's.
Sure.
And I understand,
And that makes,
not necessarily this month's on 40.
yeah, this isn't, nobody's gonna die. This
Couple
one is really
months,
about
but-
process, yeah.
No,
When the guys going back and forth to Casper trying to get things set up, it could be a little bit more of a financial burden. I can understand the need to get it squared away sooner than later.
well, and it's just. I mean,
Right, so
we do the same on every other bill, so I mean, we ought to approve it or don't approve it and move forward.
let's
Yeah,
vote.
but we made the policy, we gotta approve the voucher before.
Well,
it's
sure.
gonna Be paid, so.
And so that's
We'll just do
what
the
we're doing.
Do the voucher, already have it in the bills, we can do it all in one meeting.
Yeah, that's what, that's all I'm
That's how
asking.
we're supposed to do it, Joel. You didn't put it in the voucher in it. That's what we're telling you.
Well. I wasn't aware that it wasn't. wasn't in.
From now on, it needs to, but we need to have a separate line item for voucher. And then bill.
We just did like approval of the minutes, approval of the voucher, approval of the bills or something. I don't set the agenda, but as long as the approval of the vouchers are before the bills, have it in the bills too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can live with that. That's fine.
Why'd you ever take it out of the agenda?
Because I didn't want to wait another month. I waited till January, waited over a month on that last one. And that's not accepting none of our other bills. Wait like that. We write our checks, we approve them, they go out. If they're not approved, then they don't. We've had other bills not approved in the past. And we have questions about, what's this for, that's for. If you pull it down and look, if a credit card happens, you look at this, what's the question about this? Why is this? We ask those questions and the council can vote any of them down anytime they want. So,
Call the question.
so anyway, no further discussion. All in favor, say aye. Aye, pose the same. Motion passed, noted that Councilman Hart be voted nay. Uh, Payment app, number 2, Ryman Construction.
I move that we approve payment app number 2 to Ryman Construction
The amount of,
for the amount of whatever their bill is.
was it? Am I reading that right? It's sideways, but $180,050.55. Am I reading the right line?
I think it's $310,124.65, isn't it?
Look, that line 10, that's balanced to finish, isn't it? No?
That is I'm gonna do this application.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, I was trying to go across the line. So move to pay payment app number 2, Ryman Construction, 310,124.65. Been moved by Councilman Nordine.
Yep.
Second by
Second.
Councilman Stetler. Any further discussion?
Sidewalk looks great. It looks really nice.
looks
Yeah,
really nice.
and that's a great addition.
It is, yeah. Joe and I took a tour day sidewalks last weekend, so yeah.
I think the kids probably like that little ramp thing going on.
How could you not like
I
that?
know.
Yeah.
We need to make a skateboard park like that. for the
Oh,
kids.
there's an
Any-
idea.
Any further discussion? None being, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Polls the same. Motion passed, only affirmative. No. No public comment. Now we're to Public Works.
Well, good evening, Mayor Highsmith and council members. I have an update on the well house rehab project. We have wells number 4 and 5. They have been mostly completed. We've still got to do going through the punch list on some of those. We are currently utilizing well number 4. And we're having some problems with SCADA right now. A lot of little glitches. Lately, it's been dropping our tank level to -11, kicks on a pump, kicks it down, goes back up, runs for about 2-3 minutes, and shuts back off. It's full again. So I just had Mike turn it to manual to keep it off for tonight. And Dusty's gonna look at that in the morning. But it's a new system and got bugs to be worked out.
Okay, yeah.
So I don't know what's causing that. And last week our level transducer went out. We put a new one in. And that might be, it's gotta get some good bugs out of that, I guess. And we had to run on manual last week.
Wasn't this the well that had output issues too?
No, this was pushing like 180 gallons a minute.
Okay, all right.
100, before it only pushed 128, but that was the old one, the electrical. They only had 3 wires hooked up, I think it was, or something. There was something before I got here anyways. It was up on top of the pole.
Okay.
And they just rewired it different to make it run. So I don't think it was getting all its juice to spin the motor.
Yeah.
You know, but it's been pushing, like I said, 180, 178, 172 a minute.
What do we want to get out of those?
That's about what it usually pushes out.
Okay.
But like I said before, it was only pushing 128.
Well, I know, but there's a spec, right, for how many gallons it should be putting out. And
But that's what it's supposed to push out.
okay.
And I don't know what well number 2 has been pushed out yet. We haven't got on it yet. I mean, I'm gonna probably try next week to get it online. Still working on some minor details on the SCADA, and there's a little bit of leaks that they gotta fix up. But I talked with Rob about it today, so I told him I'll let him know by Friday what I'm gonna do. So I talked with Dusty in the morning. Yeah, we're using well number 4 though. Well number 2 has been mostly completed also. But again, it has some minor details to be worked out. The well and the transmission line, we flushed those out and took a bacteriological sample. We got the results back for that, and they came back negative, indicating that the water is safe, clean, and compliant. We put that online. I hope to have it online maybe next week, so I can do some my nitrate samples. I need to have that well online again. In our east sidewalk project, It's complete and all that, the cement sidewalks have been poured, so. The contractor, Ryman Corps, they mobilized all their equipment out of here, from the area. I haven't seen them. I think they got all what was left in the yard. The sidewalks are good and they make walking easier on the east end and safer for the citizens. They also poured some handicap ramps at the East Park West area. And those look good too, and it's easier and safer for the handicapped people to access restrooms now. Before they were all crumbling and all kinds of stuff. Over on our trailhead project, there hasn't been no work done on it for a while now, for some time.
Bad weather, keeping.
No, it just, they weren't gonna start on it until this year.
Okay,
They just went in there to do some work that they probably had a chance to get in. But they haven't been there for a while. And probably went, we're already in the springtime, so they probably come back. Come back here. Couple months, maybe they'll be. Ryan should be back to work. But that's all I have.
Okay,
Construction parts. Any questions?
thanks a lot. Don't have any. I guess move on to resolution 2601. Fiscal year 2026 revenue and expenditures. Tim, could you read that for us? Thank you. You do a better job than I would.
What did you say?
You do a lot better job than I would. I did the same thing. Cough drop.
Number 26-001. A resolution authorizing the increasing of FY 2026 budget revenues and expenditures for the town of Shoshoni. Whereas the governing body for the town of Shoshoni passed a budget resolution for FY 2026, including expected revenues and expenditures. And whereas the governing body for the town of Shoshoni recognizes revenues from both unexpected sources and revenues in excess of budgeted revenues occurred due to additional funding made available during the budget year. And whereas the governing body for the town of Shoshoni recognizes that unexpected expenditures in relation to projects which were not planned prior to the adoption of the FY 26 budget would exceed budgeted expenditures. And whereas the governing body for the town of Shoshoni recognizes economic development funds are not outlined in the FY 26 appropriations. And whereas the governing body for the town of Shoshoni recognizes the current balance available for the economic development is $63,413.08. And whereas the governing body for the town of Shoshoni recognizes that purchases made through the police department for individual officers reduces the availability of expenditure accounts. And whereas the governing body for the town of Shoshoni recognizes that reimbursement received by the officers for purchase of equipment has been made in the amount of $1,985.56. And now, therefore, be it resolved by the governing body of the town of Shoshoni authorizes the town treasurer to increase the budgeted revenue of the following line items and in the amount specified commensurate with revenues received in excess of budget. 1038,130 savings transfer, $7,500. 1031,210 miscellaneous revenue, 1,985.56. And now therefore be it further resolved by the governing body of the town of Shoshone authorizes the town treasurer to increase expenditures of the following line items in the amount specified. 1049,909 economic projects, $7,500. 1054,450 firearms ammunition, 1,985.56.
Can a motion to approve resolution 2601 fiscal year 2026 revenue and expenditures?
I move that we approve.
Been moved by Councilman Nordine. Can I have a second? Been seconded by Councilwoman Hartke. Any further discussion? Any discussion? None being, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
I,
Those opposed? Did I hear?
Said aye.
Oh, yeah, I did. I'm sorry. All in, passed, all in the affirmative. Permits, Freeman Klein and Harold Shepherd, Cowboy State Trailers LLC.
Make the motion.
second,
Removed by Councilman Hartke, second by Councilman Nordine. We approve the permits for Cowboy State Trailers LLC. Any further discussion?
this is that property
Yes,
east of town that we talked about before.
yes.
Okay. Good.
Any further discussion? None being, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed the same. Motion passed, all in the affirmative. Do you have anything you would like to add, Councilwoman Hartke?
Nope.
Councilman Nordine, any updates on the shooting facility or anything else?
What about the unfinished business?
Oh, and I skipped, oh, do we? Oh, unfinished business. I marked that one, but we still got acreage plating.
What about the change order?
Yeah, we didn't do the change order.
Oh, change order 10,
Change.
I had that I thought I marked it out.
Change
Change
the-
order, number 1, Ryman Corp. I lost my screen. Get it back.
So this is. Anyway, so I moved that we approve.
That for $45,000 or something like that. That's welcome. Got my screen back. I just gotta find it now.
Yeah, it's 45,434.
Okay. So it's been moved by Councilman Martin, second by Councilman Hartley, that we approve change order number 1 for the Ryman Corp. Any further discussion?
We also talked about this, he showed up and talked about the increase and what we could do with that.
Yes,
Yes, and this is already paid for, so
yes.
yeah, it's all covered and,
It was in the bill, that's.
Yeah, it was in the bill. Yeah.
okay. Good.
Any further discussion?
I mean,
None being, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed. Motion passed, all in the affirmative. Acreage plating. Do we have we don't have
Yeah.
I believe all the councilmen got a copy of the plat, or the basic
last week.
last one. Anybody have any ideas on what we should do that? I wasn't unable to meet with our realtor to kick that around with her to get her up.
But they platted it already then?
No, we've done a rough, they've done a rough draw, they drew some lines and said this is what it could look at. look like, but we,
And that's what we got
before they
listed.
plat it, before they finish platting it, we need to finalize what we want it to look like. So, we can, I guess our goal is to be, my goal is, or I think our goal is by spring to have it platted. So we can sell lots. So we got a little time, but we need to be good to have all the council here to make that decision.
All right, so should we just,
Table
Table
it till next meeting. Hopefully we get all the councilmen, and if you got any ideas, like I said last time, if you think that we should be doing that is just, the lines sort of match up with the old streets and stuff like that, and just if, and, do we like the idea, that where we have our horse corral, or do we want to do away with the horse corral? Do we want to add a dog park? I mean, all of those things we need to work out and to give them marching orders, then they'll go out and plat it.
so,
We'll just table it,
yeah, let's just table.
I'll
okay?
make the motion to table it. till
And
next-
we moved by Councilman Doreen, second by,
Vice versa, she moved, I second.
okay, and moved by Councilman Hartley, second by Councilman Doreen, that we table this till our next meeting. Now we're to mayor, now to round table, Councilman Hartley said still nothing,
No,
Councilman Nordine.
Got a couple things. We've been looking for sites for the dog park that would make sense. So this is the A2A committee that has
Okay,
Ken Kundle, Lynn Thompson, myself, Joe, my wife, and then also John Myers on there too.
okay,
So I mean, this is our group. And Ken is really good. I mean, having been a long time council member himself, and then also just, knowing how parks and things go together.
Yes.
I mean, it's been wonderful. So anyway, he had one spot that he wanted us to look at, and that's actually a couple spots down by the rodeo grounds where the fences already were there, and with the rodeo ground, you've got this huge parking area. So the idea of fifth wheels and other sorts of travel situations, it'd be easy to turn around. So that was one spot, and I thought that one was really good. The only problem, and it would have power close by, it would have water close by, sewer close by. So there's a lot of good things close by for that. So the problem is it's really out of the way. So, and that's in a Shoshoni context. It's really out of the way. In a grand scheme of things, it's really not that far out of the way. Joe and I traveled for like 5 miles inside of a town to try to find, it was actually St. George, to try to find a dog park. We were willing to do that, but even then. So there's that. But the other one, so that's one area, but there's that area with the parking, but then that road that goes into the dump container, on the west side of that's also another spot that would be pretty open and maybe a good spot. And the same issues, you have parking, all that stuff, but it's out and away. Another spot that we talked about was actually close by. So we know where the park, not the new town park, but the old town park with the horseshoe rings that I think we should get rid of.
you're gonna have a big problem if you do
I
that.
know that, I'm just saying that because I know I lost that battle a long time ago, but so anyway, that's gone. But anyway, that's a nice area because you have the park, you have the horseshoe pits, they get used once a year. And then I'm sorry, I had to say that. And then you have that green space. So that spot's nice. And there's a bathroom, there's all that stuff that's all there. But there'd be some wonderful synergy if you just come to the west, across the street, adjacent to on the north side of the Catholic Church, there's that wide open lot that's there as well. It's not huge, but its accessibility is exceptional. And the synergy between the current park and the dog park really makes sense. The kids can play on the playground, and then the dogs can play, in the dog park area. And it's also, real frankly, kind of catty corner to where the new cardiopulmonary clinic would be, because it's kind of diagonal and back
Yeah,
behind
and
that.
the fire department.
Yeah. Right, right.
Cardiopulmonary has indicated they would like to have that for expansion.
Oh,
That's where
really?
they plan to expand.
Well, I see that, based on what I didn't hear that today. And I asked that question and he didn't really have a great answer for that because too early, but that would be a nice spot for them for expansion. But it would also be a nice spot for dog park. I think if we had to choose between the two, I'd give up the dog park.
What about near our new trailhead
Well,
in that area? Because that's got bathroom, a green area,
yeah, it's just
too far out of the way.
trying to make it convenient for people to find.
Yeah, I
travelers in
understand.
particular. Yeah,
What
But-
about next to
the basketball courts and stuff.
no, over the, bathrooms and stuff? Where you have that park, it's right
The
there.
rest area.
Or the rest area.
Is there enough land there?
I believe there is, it'd be kind of a triangle shape, which isn't bad, and Ken brought up some concern about parking during like the tractor, some
Right.
tractor show
Well,
that
I'm
goes
hoping,
on.
Yeah, the tractor show keeps going, but we haven't heard anything about it
Yeah,
this year,
Mm-mm.
so
They sold their big tractor.
huh?
I heard they had their big tractor for sale, the big case.
Well, the lady that used to do it, she's left. She left the state.
so that's a possibility. Another,
Carlita, yeah, Carlita.
Yeah. Her husband passed away.
There's just so many of them that have.
I know White Wheeler was still wanting to keep the tractor show.
I think it's a nice thing to keep the show.
What about behind Tom's? There's that fenced-in area that has those,
Tom's,
Tom's Auto, but they have those,
The tractor.
Yeah,
owns
is
that.
that, do they own that?
Yeah, they own it.
Okay, I didn't know. I just knew it was all fenced in and it would be in a great, because it was just off the road.
see, the trailhead had some nice synergy to it with the dog park. I mean, it does, and the parking is also going to be good there too. I originally liked, as you take that, it almost looks like a two-track, but it parallels the bike path, back to where the park area is at. That area to the north, it has rocks, it has stuff. I mean, it's to the west of the ball diamond. And I believe
Right.
I thought that would be a really nice area. And frankly, it already had irrigation set up in it that's not used now. But I can't imagine it would take, I mean, Mike could fix anything, so he could get that going again.
How
What?
about where the ice skating rink was at?
That was that foundation, basically.
It's right on
that-
First Street, right after the old barn. The ambulance barn was at.
A dog park has to be. Some dog parks are pretty expansive. I mean,
Right.
it's really, and I don't know, that didn't, I don't remember that being that big of a space.
It's pretty big over there. It's
Is it?
right next to the bike path.
Okay.
It's right across from Cody Hickson over there. Cody Woodward. How much land is that? Because it had that full ice skating rink and. It's like 2 or 3 lots.
I'd have to.
You know
It's not,
what?
yeah, it's not very deep.
Hmm,
Not north and south, it's not too, but we got
But
quite
it's
a
not-
bit, east and west, we got quite a bit of land.
yeah,
Okay.
I'd have to look and see as how much
Yeah. It just.
that is city owned.
It would look nice with the other recreation things we have down in that area. I mean, somewhere down, I mean, that part of town could be very conceivable to do.
yeah, cause the trailhead, you're kind of. Putting them dogs down there where they're gonna see all Jake's livestock. I don't know how Jake's gonna like that.
The livestock might not go to the fence.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. Anyway, so. Those are the ideas we've had so far, and just letting you know, I mean, we haven't given up, but
What about the land by the Mormon church? Where they all stop now? Cause they do it all on the Mormon church land, but who has the one right across the road from?
B belts.
Is
Boy,
it Bebop?
to the north,
B2.
well, to the north, the Mormon church has the first few properties, and then you get into B2.
Oh,
but we don't want to do the 4 lots north of our house because I want to buy those someday.
Oh, okay. We won't do that.
Okay, yeah. So anyway, right now, right, you're exactly right. Right now, that people stop and use the backyard of the Mormon church's property to do that. It's like, they spend a lot of money to maintain that
They do, and it's a
backyard.
nice.
It's not, yeah, it is
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, and
It's
I
nice.
just don't know why, but the church could put up,
Signs and they don't.
yeah, they don't.
Yeah.
So maybe they see it as public service. I don't know. So, but as far as this idea, remember we talked about a 3-pen area in the model, kind of after what they do like at the rest areas for the state.
Right.
And right out here, and the reason is there's the synergy there is we have parking, but then we also have fast lane, and people are coming up on top of the hill to walk their dogs, and it gives their dogs a place to go off leash. And these would be like 3 consecutive 12 by 20 sorts of pens. And so I'm getting some estimates from. So that's a question I have. Is this something we'd have to do through an RFP if we had somebody else do it? Or is this something that we would be able to
We,
do?
it's under $75,000. We would not have to put an RFP.
Okay, so I doubt that it would be over
That's that,
75,000.
that's the, used to be 35, but I think 75 is the new number.
Okay.
Yeah, they did adjust the numbers, but it's for specific things, so you'd have to go back and take a look at instructions pretty much. I think it's under 75,000.
Okay, so and it's set up nicely to be able to do that. So it'd be between the pavement for the parking lot and frankly, the Thompson's property line. And it fit right in that slot, and that slot is 15 feet wide.
You're saying on Third,
I mean, right up here.
not
Yeah,
Third?
is that third? Okay, yeah, it would be third. Yeah,
I don't know about that.
well, it's not a dog park, it's just dog pens, and it's like a rest area sort of thing. So we're really
Yeah,
talking
but
about 2
you got
times.
all those semis. That would scare the bejesus out of my dogs.
Not everybody
They have
has
all
little
those-
rests for dogs.
But they have all those,
Ouch.
those cow haulers, like really loud trucks that come down, turn down the street.
Yeah, see, and I
and
don't
park
see that.
there.
I don't see that during the day because I'm not here. So, yeah.
Yeah, because it's loud. And I mean, I wouldn't even, if it was me taking my dog, I would go elsewhere. Just because, yeah,
Okay.
it's really, the truckers really pull in. To
But
the.
That's
third-
not our land right there, is it?
It's
That's
our,
Kim Thompson.
it's our, what
Well,
do you call it?
Thompson,
Right away.
then-
Easement.
Depends exactly where you're talking about this land.
yeah, it's the new pavement. It's,
Okay, our new pay, are you
Well,
looking,
I'm
are
talking
you,
about-
are you going to the west
I'm going to,
from this building?
yeah.
And we have our parking lot.
Yeah, but if you go up to the corner where the pavement in the front ends on the street, from that to the Thompson's fences. That spot. I mean, it's just a narrow strip. And the idea was to try to give, frankly, the travelers and the travelers in fast lane. a place
You'd have
take
to
your
show me
dogs.
exactly where it lies, because if you go to the west, our pavement is built pretty close to our property line.
Yeah, I was told that when you look at the property line boundary, it's about 12 feet to the pavement. And we stopped and looked at that. There's a property boundary marker.
Are you
Okay,
talking about the dirt area
Yeah,
by where he put the
to the
fences?
west.
See, and that's where all
those
the.
trucks are. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, the trucks could be entertaining for some dogs.
Well, it would take away from them parking there. If it's where I'm thinking,
It's just right at the corner, right up here. Where our pavement ends and
Yeah.
the
That's
fence
where all the
starts.
trucks
Yeah, oh yeah, they
But you're-
on Third, yeah.
But you're talking about putting be a 12 by, it's 3 of them, 12 by 20, so 12 by 60.
Yeah.
Would be north-south. running
Yes.
north-south, right?
Yes.
12 foot wide, 60 foot.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm getting estimates on that. We'll see where that goes. The last thing is, so you talked about a skateboard park, you know where that could go? That could go on the north, or the south end of the, that open dirt area. You know, that, is adjacent to the fenced in basketball courts. To the north of that, that'd be a perfect place to put a skateboard park.
Right.
I mean, it's with the basketball, it's with the park. I mean, you know, I'm just saying that we'll take that on after the dog park.
Okay.
All right.
That was what we talked about for a couple of years, putting a skate, they're right there.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And I don't like the property for a dog park.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Mhm.
Yeah, I even went, when they even went and looked at 10 Sleeps, I was told they had they're a lot better in Riverton, so someone looked at theirs.
Potentially.
They got a really nice skate park up there.
And the kids did,
Not skate park, I mean water park.
Oh,
no, we're talking about skate park, but the skate park, the kids paid for that. I remember when they went around and took donations from everywhere.
oh, the Riverton kids, very nice.
Yeah.
I know, my orthopedist, Corey Lamlin donated to it. His name's on the plaque.
Oh, really? Right on.
Which it makes sense if you knew Dr. Corey,
Right.
yeah, he support kids. So the last thing is, talking with the BLM about property. So we have an issue with our current rifle range. And that is that it faces east-west and we shoot to the east. So if you get out there in the morning and the sun's coming up, and I've been out there multiple times with that, and the sun is absolutely in your eyes. I mean, there's just no ifs, ands, or buts, it's blinding. And so that's why shooting ranges are really in a more of a north-south orientation, and they don't shoot south, they shoot north. So,
Right.
So if we talk about 400-yard ranges, 600-yard ranges, you know, we don't do sniper distances, you know, but someday when we grow up, maybe we want to, but you know, what I've talked with the BLM about is trying to get property that we could have, you know, at least 1,000-yard range, if not a mile yard or 2 miles, because some even go out to 2 miles. I don't think we'll ever get to 2 miles. That would be too much land, but the idea of a mile would be pretty impressive to have. And so when I went to the BLM office and sat down with Darcy Anaker and several other people, we looked at some maps and BLM maps and looked at different sites and locations where we could do something like that. And one of the places we first looked was north of town, but a better site, I think, is south of town, off of Muskrat Road, going in about 3 miles from where the road turns to go east on the
Right.
north side or the south side of the Tower Hill. If you go back there, and there's a state land section that's in there, and adjacent to that state land section are 2 sections that would really work out well. The land is flat. I mean, it is flat. But it's surrounded by topography on both sides, but it's flat. So that would be the perfect site for the long range. And then you could build if we had 2 sections, you know, deep, we still have the rest of that section. I mean, that's just one range, but with a mile wide, you know, section that we could do stuff, we could build all sorts of cool stuff. And so, and different types of ranges, different types of things, and really try to get the I have a dream situation would be coming to the shooting ranges, and Shoshoni would be a destination.
Where you're talking on Muskrat, is that down where PD shoots?
Past that.
Past
Yeah,
that?
that's where the current range is, the city owns now. And it's on BLM land. We're trying to turn it into where the city actually
Okay,
owns the
I got you.
land.
I got
Yeah, that request is only for 70 acres, you know, and so that doesn't mean abandoning this site, but what it means is kind of doing a little bit of logical reconfiguration, you know, or addition, you know, if we get the idea. So Ken's idea, and I thought this was brilliant, we keep, and this would be our first priority, and that would be, we try to get the land that's to the south of our land to the property line of the private property.
Right.
And then that private property becomes the the southern boundary of our rifle range. And so then we enhance our rifle range with bigger parking and get the pistol bays up to speed. We have our trap range there, but trap shooting, I think, is something that we could really, trap shooting, shotgun sports, clay sports. That's something we could certainly get enhanced with. And Wyoming has their Wyoming Trap Shooting Association. And so the range that we have now, again, it faces east. It's not what we need. So if you just picture where if you're shooting into the big berm, that's 200 yards down, if we had a road that went in on the southern edge of the property, adjacent to the property line of the other folks, drive in and then go past the end of the boundary, the berms, we could set up 4 or more or multiple clay shooting ranges down that way, and all shooting to the north. So the
Right.
shot fall area and the rifle areas would all be the same area.
I
You know?
know there was clay.
Oh, it could be, I mean, so that could, this range, our current range could be the range that everybody knows and loves and been going to for decades, and it's a really good range. And then, but it could be that and the shotgunning range. And then the other one could be the rifle, pistol, and maybe that's where skeet goes, and maybe we could put I mean, I don't know. I mean, it all needs to be drawn out, whatever, but the first thing is trying to come up with a general plan, and that was the general plan, because I didn't really have that for the BLM, which is really dumb on my part. But I think we could come up with a good plan for this and the other
Shotgun where money's at too.
yeah, so I mean, when you look at what the Wyoming Trap Shooting Association has, I mean, they're going to Rock Springs, they're going to Torrington, they're going to Cheyenne, they're going to Laramie, they're
Cody.
going to Cody, they're going to, so, and these people travel, and they do the single, they do the 16 yard, 27 yard nitro ranges, they do double trap, which I think is a fascinating sport, and then there's also the, what was it? Oh, I think it's 5 station. So you've got all those together that they look at, they count points and they do all sorts of cool stuff. We should be a part of that. Why not let Fremont County, I mean, this could be something really cool for Fremont County. That's what, I have a dream. That's my speech. And that's what I'm looking at. So, and I will see where it goes with BLM, but they've been very receptive. This group is awesome. So I'm done.
Okay, it's
Isn't it Tammy's turn?
she already said no. Now if you wanna speak. It Citizen of the Year, we have notifications out. When's our drawing, or not drawing, but when's our deadline for
February 3rd.
3rd of February 3rd? Up to February
The
3rd.
boxes.
We have boxes. I believe that was my duty. I was gonna try to put up a Survey Monkey where you could vote.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see if we can't get that up on our website. So that's a good thing. There again, we'll continue to work on getting everything we need to do to make this grant application, where we can move forward on it. Marshall's been working diligently, guiding us where we could see if we could actually do this. But they've designed the loans where that allows be able to allow, where we're not on the hook.
Right.
Yep. So, but we're gonna continue to move forward on that, and I'll keep everybody appraised as soon as I get more numbers. I'm waiting for my engineers to give me numbers. And like we have a deadline, and the reason why we're in a hurry to get it done is because of the extra $1 million, potential $1 million, that would be matching money. I don't have anything else. Like we kicked that around pretty good. I sure appreciate your guidance on that, Marshall, and explaining everything. A motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion.
Wait,
Okay,
actually, I got one.
okay, I was gonna ask you. Okay, please.
Hey, and this will be quick. So
Okay.
my fiscal year actually goes from year to year. So I went through my firm's hours on what we put on the town, what we did. So just to let everybody know, my usual billable rate is around $250 an hour. Our firm put in 190.1 hours this last year. So roughly about $47,500 is what time wise, if we were to go on a billable hourly rate. So just figured I'd let you know.
What were those hours? For?
Court and here, as well as research for questions that get sent on to me.
So, but mostly court.
Actually, no,
Really?
it's about half. So you consider my travel time and everything else, and as well as everything. Yeah, it's,
Shoot, I could be on speed dial.
I
yeah.
would say the travel time, but requests from maybe
Yeah.
Joel.
Well, anytime I have to do legal research, you figure every time it takes me 2 to 3 hours to do a thorough job.
And I bet you spent more than that looking for, on this last one.
Easily.
Yeah,
Yeah, for Joel.
Yeah, so, but. Yeah. And granted, a lot of it is on citations,
Yeah.
so quite a bit of it,
Yeah.
so.
What happens on citations?
So when someone gets a citation, especially CDL drivers, they will go ahead and try to fight it. And eventually we end up making a plea on most of them. What I will tell you is the USDOT has come down and said that I can't do that. Which means that it will cost you a lot more money for us to do trial.
They should suffer. They should work.
Well, that means the town's gonna, I may have to go to hourly rate. Which means a lot more hours if that's the case.
So they won't allow it cutting the deal before. That's funny.
Well, I have issues with it because it is a violation of everybody has a Fifth Amendment right to work those deals out. So a murderer can work out a plea agreement with a prosecutor, but a CDL driver can't have their speed reduced from 47 to a 44 miles to 30, according to the US, our
Well-
local rep.
yeah, that's what, that's his opinion.
That's his opinion. So I'm not supposed to give CDL drivers a 3 mile hour.
Wow.
So, I guess that, and Chris and I and the mayor have been trying to figure out a solution, but. I will tell you that the. Defense prosecutors that represent these guys will take it to trial. 3 miles an hour is within the variance. Of speed guns plus the tuning forks. They will probably get it, but for me to go through each and every single one of those, you're probably figuring. Quite a bit more time than me doing trial time. They'll probably triple it.
Well, when they write the ticket, can't they just set it for 44?
I don't tell Chris that's his job.
Exactly.
I mean, that's where it would have ended up anyway. You know, I mean, I don't see what the problem is. I don't see
Yeah.
it being straight, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you could stop by law enforcement and oftentimes they'll go, all right, you were really speed, but I'm gonna cut your break and I'm gonna write it.
They do that all the time.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
why not with a
The
CDL?
guys here,
Yeah,
RPD does.
yeah, and there is US versus Brady, there's a couple other cases where the Supreme Court has basically said. The prosecutor has a Fifth Amendment right, and the defendant has a Fifth Amendment to make plea agreements, and. For someone to come down and say you can't do it is essentially a violation of someone's rights. Of any citizen's rights.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's all I have. So.
Okay.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
It moved by Councilman Harker, second by Councilman Reed, we adjourn this meeting, Shoshoni Jim, or